Well, now we're up to the song Landslide by a country group who were united by divorce. It was back in 1995 that sisters Emily Robinson and Marty McGuire were looking for a new lead singer, someone who could give the Dixie Chicks the powerhouse sound it needed. A man who often worked as their steel guitar player was Lloyd Maines. He had a daughter named Natalie, who was a singer, and he passed a tape of her singing on to Emily and Marty. They were impressed with Natalie's singing, but Natalie wasn't so impressed with them. Marty says, quote, "She thought we were so uncool." Still, they weren't so uncool that Natalie refused the job. She took the job. But even though they sang together, there was a distance between them. The three women found they didn't have a lot to talk about. Natalie says the problem was very simple. Quote, "We knew nothing about each other." But all that dramatically changed one day. Natalie says, "I just burst into the studio and I said, I'm getting a divorce." In response, Marty announced that her marriage was on the rocks as well. Natalie says, "It broke down a wall between us. We hadn't been honest with our lives outside the Chicks. Our divorces made us real to each other. Breaking up brought them together and gave them the push they needed to become stars, first on the country chart and now on the pop chart. This week, the Dixie Chicks are at number 15 on American Top 40 with Landslide. American Top 40. We're counting down the biggest hits of the week, and holding at number 24 are three women who had the honor of singing the national anthem at this year's Super Bowl. Here are Marty, Emily, and Natalie, the Dixie Chicks with Landslide.
I took my love and I took it down. Dixie counts them down.
Well, now we're up to an American Top 20 extra by the biggest selling female band of all time. It isn't the Bangles and it isn't the Go-Go's. When it comes to female bands, the number of contenders are pretty limited. There are the Runaways, the Go-Go's, and the Bangles. But even though they were all successful, none of those bands had very long careers. But there was one band that's been together for 17 years, since 1990. It's a trio that had its first success on the country chart. But in recent years, these women have moved from country to rock. In those 17 years, they've put out 8 albums, and all told, those albums have sold more than 30 million copies, making the Dixie Chicks the biggest-selling female band of all time. Now, with an extra, here are the Dixie Chicks with a song from last year, Not Ready to Make Nice.
Forgive